There's probably no other country in the world that could make this. The slogan is "Dream of winter, love among Asia." And look at the detail in it, it's so cool. That is serious Dongbei style going on here, isn't it? And it's got to be the biggest snowman I've ever saw in all my life. Welcome to Harbin and welcome to Ice and Snow World 2024. This is my second time here. I was here for the 2023 one. So let's go and see what 2024 is like. So last year I was here in the evening time and today I'm here in the daytime. But one thing I have noticed in the daytime, it's not anywhere near as cold as it was last year. Last year the daytime was like -18 and the evening was -25, 26. And just out here, I don't feel anywhere near as cold. I think it's about -10, -12. And it goes down to about -16, 18 in the night time. So it's definitely not as cold as it was last time. But you look at these sculptures and they're absolutely fantastic. Look, they're not just like sculptures to look at. You can actually go inside them. Like you can actually walk inside of this one here. It's so cool. You have to be careful you don't slip on the ice though. But look at this, man. It's so cool. Exploring inside these like massive blocks of ice. And it's like, it's just mad that you can build these outside and they don't melt because the temperature is below freezing. If you notice, they put this like, it's kind of like a cloth on the steps to make them so they don't slip, which is really useful. I mean, you just look at the sculptures here and the skill of the people that do these just is mind blowing. I mean, these are massive things and they've just carved them out of snow. I find that incredible. I mean, this is just the scale of it. This is me, and look how big this is. You just can't get the scale and the detail they put into it. It's like they literally build this stuff out of blocks of ice. It is so cool. This is like ice. I used to have ice slides when I was young. Whoa, I'm just nervous about falling over and breaking something because when you slip and fall on ice, it really hurts. So I think I'm going to come off before I do myself some damage. So behind me are Bin Bin and Nene, and they're the mascots for the Winter Asian Games, which is being held here. And actually, we were here in the spring on the 300 days countdown. If you want to see that video, I'll link it here. We're in Harbin. We did the opening of the countdown for the Winter Asian Games, but it's actually very, very close now. It's in February next year. The slogan is "Dream of winter, love among Asia." And that's a great slogan. And we wish the Chinese team all the best of luck in the Asian Games this year. It's just quite incredible, really. They literally build a city out of ice. So they've obviously incorporated other countries' architecture into the ice and snow city. It's really kind of cool. The amount of planning that must go into this must be phenomenal, because it is. It's literally like a city, a small city or town built with ice. It's just incredible. Oh, look at this. You've got all little like animals all on the wall, look, out of snow. How cool is that? Wow. That's a big bell. That must be the biggest snow Buddha that there ever has been. I look around this ice and snow city and I think that there's probably no other country in the world that could make this. They only started in the middle of November. So in 1 month, they've literally built a city out of ice. And that is right, takes some organisation and planning, and honestly, I don't think there's any other country in the world that could do this like this. It's just amazing. Hey. So as you're walking down the road, you see all these little snowmen, and this is how they make them. These are the moulds, and you can see here, they're shoveling and compacting the snow into it. And then when it's all compacted in, they open up the mould and boom, you've got a snowman. How cool is that? It saves a lot of time, doesn't it? That's so cool. These are them all here, look. Some have scarves on and some don't. But these are them. These are on here, look. So these are what comes out of the mould. Cheers. Yeah, we're on Sun Island here in Harbin, and wow, I can see some very impressive sculptures coming up. I can see, I think, what looks like a dragon or a lion. Hey, look at these. This reminds me when I was a young lad and we used to get lots of snow in England, and nowadays we hardly get any. I mean, this is not so deep, but it is nice to be able to walk in fresh snow. Look, it's lovely. You put your footprints and yeah, it's cool. Wow, look at this. It's Wukong from Monkey King, and now this has become famous worldwide because of the video game Black Myth Wukong. So look at that. And look at the detail in it. It's so cool. I just don't know how they managed to carve something so detailed out of snow. You can see just how big it is. I mean, that's got to be about 10 meters tall maybe. And it's just so detailed. It's so cool. Even all the fingers, look, so good. Just asked this guy behind me, and he's been doing this for 40 years. And when we asked if he has like a drawing that, he goes, no, I just do it from my head, because they've done it for so long, they just know what to do. That just blows my mind. That is so cool. And this behind me is the snow model of the torch for the Asian Winter Games 2025, which will be here in Harbin in February next year. And that's so cool. Look, you got the flames all coming out the top. You got the mascots on there. There's a sculpture here of the Great Wall of China. Look, how cool is that? I'm just blown away by how good they are. I really am. So this behind me is the Songhua River, and it's completely frozen over. And last year I actually had to go on a quad bike on here, but I don't see them. They were under the bridge. I got under the bridge and I was driving up and down here on a quad bike. It was so cool. Now this side, look, we don't have snowmen, we have snow Russian dolls. And the reason that is Harbin has a very lot of Russian influence here, because it's very close to the border of Russia, and there's a lot of Russian people here, there's a lot of Russian speakers, there's a lot of people who have Chinese and Russian ancestors all in this area. So you hear Russian being spoken here as well as Chinese. So if you come into Harbin, another really famous attraction you want to be seeing is St. Sophia's Cathedral. It's an Orthodox church and it has very Russian style architecture. But actually, if you look around the city of Harbin, a lot of the architecture here has a Russian style, because like I said before, it's very close to the Russian border and there's a lot of Russian influence here. You come here, although it's very, very cold, you'll see a lot of, especially women, dressing up in costumes to have photographs taken. Right now we're in Central Street, or in Chinese it's Zhongyang Street. This is the main shopping street in Central Harbin, and it's lined with all sorts of stores. You can buy food, clothing, souvenirs. There's a lot of Russian stores selling all Russian goods like Russian sausage and chocolate, and it's a really, really good place. There's a really Russian theme going on here as well. You can see it's absolutely crazy busy here. So many people, but it's such a nice scene the way they have all the lights in the trees, and it's just so nice. It's all lit up, and wow, look at those beautiful lights. How cool is that? It's really, really nice. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So you might be wondering why all these people are queued around here. So this is a very, very famous brand of ice lolly in Harbin. It's called My Dear. As you can see from the sign, they've been around since 1906. And there's just so many people wanting to get one and wanting to buy something from there. Look, they must be making huge amounts of money there. So it's time for dinner, and we've come to a restaurant that is very, very authentic. Take a look at this. You've got a wood fire which fires these up, look at that. Wow.
It's very big.
That's definitely Dong Bay style going on here, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that, see? That is serious Dong Bay style going on here, isn't it? And even the fire, I think, warms the seating. Now this is one of the most famous dishes here in Dong Bay, and it's one of my favourites, Go Bao. Oh, that is so good. It's literally like a fried pork. It has like a sweet and sour sauce. Absolutely love it. I could eat lots of this. It's very, very good. Okay, right now I'm at the entrance to Music Park, and just by the entrance we arrived, we saw this snowman. And it's got to be the biggest snowman I've ever saw in all my life. I mean, even standing here, it looks huge. Let's go and have a bit of a closer look. Whoa, look at that. It's absolutely massive. It's got to be about 15, 20 metres tall. It's huge. So this, what they're building here, is absolutely huge, look. And can anybody guess what it is? If you know what it is, leave it in the comments. My guess is it's slide. That's what I reckon. Okay. So actually this is the main park in Harbin. It's really beautiful when you see it all covered in snow. It's a long time since I've seen such a large area covered in snow. It looks really, really nice. But it's very, very cold this morning. So if you come to Harbin, you got to wrap up warm. Get the right clothes because it's really cold. So after a 4.5-hour flight, we've arrived back in Shenzhen. The weather is considerably cooler here, so I don't need this big coat. We're just about to get our luggage. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little video about Harbin. It's definitely a place worth going in the winter. Ice and snow city, Sun Island, loads of things to see and do. Anyway, as always, for now, take care.